Hello all, welcome back to our YouTube channel German Talks. Today we are going to do the grammar part of chapter number 8. The name of the topic is Wechsel prepositions. Wechsel preposition. We did some prepositions in our previous chapters. Some prepositions which take accusative case and some which are dative case. This also we are going to revise today and then we will move on to the Wechsel preposition. Before coming to the prepositions, first I want to talk with you about verbs because there are verbs also which take nominative case, accusative case and dative case. First we will talk about little bit about accusative and dative case, about verbs, and then we will talk about prepositions. Now, in chapter number 4, we did verbs which take accusative case. Okay. Now, for example, there are some verbs. This one, it takes accusative case, but we don't know it takes accusative case or dative case or nominative. We don't know. So what I told you that trick, that in accusative case, we always ask was question, means what. In English, we say what question. For example, wir brauchen eine Gurke. What does this means? We need a cucumber. We need a cucumber. Okay. Now, in German language, I already told you this is unbestimmt article and this changes. Yes, this is a in English, but in German language it has many forms: ein, eine, einem, and so on. So why we are doing this? To decide what will come here. Now, we need a cucumber. So I will ask myself what question. We need a cucumber. So what we need? This is the question. What we need. What answer will come? A cucumber. Yes, that's why it is a direct object. I asked myself what question and the answer came a cucumber. That's why it is in accusative case. Now, one thing will come in your mind, then okay, this is accusative case. This what is dative case? In verbs. This topic we haven't did right now because it's not came in a chapter right now. I told you about nominative in chapter number 7, that helping verb sein, it always takes nominative case. For example, ish bin Mayank. So ish and Mayank both are same. Ish is also me and Mayank is also me. So nominative case. This one. In accusative there are which takes accusative case, and I also told you the trick for that was question. Again in chapter number 7 I told you that there are two helping verbs. There are two helping verbs, sein and haben. Yes, sein and haben. And there I told you then sein takes nominative case and haben takes accusative case. Yes. In chapter number 7 I also told you, and you can also see here haben. This also lies in under accusative. So, wir haben keinen Käse. What does this means? We have no cheese. Okay, we have no cheese. But I want to check. Right now I don't know. Okay. For example, right now nothing is given here. So right now I don't know what it is. It comes in nominative, accusative, dative. I don't know. One thing is clear, that this not in nominative. This not in nominative, because nominative mostly talks about subject. Yes, and here subject is we. Okay, so this one is not nominative. So what I'm going to do now, I will check for accusative and dative. For dative, I have not told you the trick, but for accusative, I told you what question. So we will ask here what question. So we have no cheese. what we not have? Answer will come cheese. So this is a direct object, cheese. Now one thing is clear that okay, now you know how to check for accusative case. Again I am telling for dative case in verbs. I haven't told you. Why I am telling you again and again? Because there are two things, verb and preposition. In verbs there are nominative case, accusative case, dative case. In prepositions there are accusative case, dative case, and accusative preposition, dative preposition, and vexel preposition. Till now, I told you in verbs nominative, accusative. In preposition, we did this one, and today we are going to do vexel preposition. That's why I'm again and again repeating this thing so that you don't have confusion. You can also make these notes if you're doing self study. Okay, right now we did nominative, accusative, what question. Dative we haven't did because some comments I got that how we can decide for dative. Right, dative we haven't did right now. For prepositions we did accusative preposition, we did dative. Today also we are going to do the revision and also vexel preposition. So in this today chapter now you will get the complete idea of prepositions, how these prepositions work in accusative, dative, and vexel preposition. Okay, same like this, like now what we not have, cheese. So this cheese here, and also if we will talk about gurkan, so gurkan, the article for gurkan is feminine. Okay, and accusative, so accusative of feminine. For we have ein, ein, eine in nominative. And for accusative, I told you here we add en, einen, and this will remain same. This row is for nominative, this row is for accusative. So I am looking for accusative of feminine. Here is accusative, masculine, neutral, feminine. So here it is eine will come. That's why here it is eine. Easy. You just need to see the table. You just need to see the article. That's all. Again, wir haben keinen Käse. Again, Käse. Now, if you don't even know here the article, but here you can see the ending en. And you know accusative. In accusative, where we put en? In accusative, where we put en? Here in masculine things, where there is masculine. So we can also say this is masculine. Like this also you can revise the genders. Okay. Like same with these same tricks. Now what you need to do, you also need to, like how I did this one, what question I asked myself, what question and answer came, and I decided this and this. Same like that you can also do the practice and see how this einen, keine, das, ein, and then are coming. Okay, so that here you can also do your revision of verbs which take accusative case. This is the revision of chapter number 4. I hope this thing is clear. Now we are coming into our main topic, that is of prepositions, because here I told you today we are going to do prepositions. And I already told you that we did accusative preposition and dative, but we're going to do the revision, because if I will directly explain you the vexel, then you will not going to understand it completely. Okay, so first we will see what we did in vexel accusative prepositions. This one is prepositions in chapter number 6. In Nedzweck we did. Now preposition für plus accusative. Für plus accusative. Before explaining this thing, first I will tell you about the prepositions. There are 4 kinds of preposition. Prepositions taking dative, we did this thing. Prepositions taking accusative, we did Again we are going to revise, and today we are going to see this one. Prepositions taking accusative and dative both. Yes, there are some prepositions which take dative case. Okay, there are some prepositions which take accusative case. But in third point we are saying there are some prepositions which take accusative case also and dative case also, that we are going to see today. These are some prepositions which take dative case, which I already explained you in a previous chapter. This is just the revision. Still, if you have not made any notes of prepositions, what I want to tell you, that you can pause this video, take the screenshot, or you can note it down, and in front of your study table you can just stick all these prepositions, because you all, every time whenever you do your lesson part and all, you need to see every time that which prepositions come into which case, dative, dative case, accusative case, and so on. Because many times I see many people, what they do, they start mugging up all this, and after 1 or 2 days they just mixed up, because after this prepositions taking dative, there are also accusative thing. That's why I'm telling you, what you need to do, you just make the note and stick it in front of you on your study table. For example, when you do your lesson part in your NetZweck A1, if you see any text, this is text, and you will see font here, and then some article, then this, then here, mid, then this article, and so on. What you can do here, you can just circle it, then circle it. Here you can just write D, which denotes that this prepositions comes into dative case, mids come into dative case, and why here this article is coming, because of gender, and this, like this. You can do it instead of just mugging up all the prepositions, because this trick will also helps you to do your lesson. Okay. So there are some prepositions which take dative case, and these are that one: von, zu, seit, nach, aus, mit, bei, ab, gegenüber. There are some prepositions which take accusative case. For example, in this one, you can see this one, für. Okay, prepositions taking accusative and für. Now you can clearly see here für takes accusative case. Okay, and this only we did here in chapter number 6. Prepositions taking accusative, and only one preposition they mentioned there, für. But there are lots of preposition here. You can see here lots of prepositions. So for example, if you have any text, if you will see für, then text, then you will see bis. So you can just write a, so that denotes accusative. Now we will do some revision of prepositions taking accusative. For example, für. Das Wasser ist für ihn, oder das Wasser ist für den Hund. For example, if I want to write this, we did of this also Huron of this, if you remember in chapter number 6. Das Wasser ist, okay, wait, das Wasser ist, and then für then Hund. Okay, we are having this sentence: the water is for the dog. Okay, if I want to write in English, here I can write the water is for the dog. Again we will do some revision here. For example, I always told you that article is decided by two things. First, verbs. Verbs comes in which category? In which case? Nominative, accusative, dative. One thing you know, If you know one thing, then what other thing you need to know about? Okay, wait, I will explain here. Then there will be no confusion with you. See, we need two things. First thing is this one thing. Second thing, this one. Always remember. First thing, that it's come into which case? It comes into nominative, accusative, dative, or genitive. And second thing, masculine, neutral, feminine, and plural. Okay. For nominative, I told you about sein. For accusative, I told you was. Once more time, I'm telling. For dative, we haven't it. For genitive, we haven't it. Okay. I can explain you, but right now it's not come in the chapters. If you are making the notes, please note down this thing. If we are talking about verbs, we need two things. First, the case. It comes under which case? Nominative, accusative, dative, or genitive. We did this one and this one. Second thing, gender. Whether it is masculine, neutral, feminine, and plural. Yes? If, for example, if you know it is accusative, then we will come here. Then what we need? From this we need. For example, that gender is feminine, so we will directly come here. Then we can write. Because if you have a rough idea in your mind how this things works according to the table, then you will not find any difficulty. Okay. Important point, verbs here. We are talking about verbs. I hope this thing is clear. Now, if this is the case, and for nominative I told you, that what sein case, this is the form of sein, and sein comes under which case? Nominative. Yes, and nominative, one thing is clear, nominative. Second thing, what we need? Gender. First thing is clear, and second thing, what I told you? Gender, whether it is masculine, neutral, feminine, and plural. Hund, dog. Dog can never be feminine, right? So it can be masculine. Yes, so we got two things. Nominative of masculine. Nominative of masculine. What comes into nominative of masculine? Check it and let me know. Is this nominative in masculine? This comes. Nominative of masculine. See. There, das, the. This I wrote about the nominative. Masculine, neutral, feminine, and plural. Here it is there, and what they wrote here, then. How this then came? Now, those students who are watching my lectures from starting and they watched my chapter number 7 lecture, there I told you about the prepositions, because now there is one more thing here, that is preposition. Here you can see fjord. There I explained you in a sentence, if in a sentence there are two things, first is verb and second is preposition. If in a sentence there are two things, verb, here there is verb, and preposition, here there is preposition fjord. We always give more importance to preposition, we don't give importance to verb. Still confusion? Then see this sentence. This one. Is there any prepositions here? There is no prepositions here. Only verbs. There are only verbs here. There is no prepositions here. See here. Now this sentence. There is verb, there is also preposition. So instead of giving importance to verb, now we will give importance to preposition. From here, our prepositions topic starts. As we already explained you in chapter number 6, Fior tags accusative. Now I will just rub all these things. Now you will get the idea. This sentence, just see this part here. Okay. Das Wasser ist für den Hund. Now here there is verb also and preposition also. Now we will give more importance to preposition, not verb. So verb preposition topic starts. Now I will check my preposition. Which preposition is that? It is für. And from the topic für, here für comes under accusative. So I know, okay, accusative. One thing is clear. Same like table. Okay, same table is there. Okay, so I know accusative. Okay, one thing is clear, accusative is clear. One more thing we require from here, gender. So Hund takes masculine. So accusative of masculine. We will check our table. Here, accusative masculine. Then, that's why they wrote here then. And this is for das Wasser ist für ihn. So the water is for him. But we are right now we're talking about these articles. So this one, das Wasser ist für den Hund, and how this came, I explain you now. I hope now you got the idea. Okay, here. And now I hope now you got the difference between these both things. When prepositions comes, how things. We did till here that some prepositions which take accusative. Now, there are some prepositions which take vexel preposition. We say them vexel preposition because they take accusative also, they take dative also. And these are the prepositions. You can pause the video and you can make the notes of all these prepositions. Okay. This I explained you, which we did in chapter number 6. Right now I already explained you about the accusative. And I told you that we also did prepositions which take dative. Now we will see for dative. In chapter number 7, we did that there are some prepositions which take dative case also. Now we will see for dative. Okay. I'm talking about prepositions. So, their termin takes masculine, das Zimmer neutral, die Firma feminine, die Mitarbeiter plural. So, sie kommt nach dem oder einem Termin. Sie kommt nach. Again, nach. First you need to see the prepositions. Nach, aus, bei, mit. See here. Nach, aus, bei, mit, and so on. These all are prepositions which take dative case. Okay. So these all are that preposition. So sie kommt nach dem Termin. Again we will see the table. What two points I told you. First, the case. This comes into which case. So these all prepositions, if you know that okay, these all prepositions comes into dative case. So one thing is clear, that we know, okay, dative case is clear. I know this is not in accusative case, this is in dative case. One more thing we require, genders. Masculine, neutral, feminine, and a plural. So we will check for all this. For example, termine. Termine takes masculine, and here it is written them. So we will check the table here. Dative and masculine them. That's why here it is them. Zimmer neutral. We will check for neutral. Again, dative of neutral. So here it is dative of neutral them. That's why here it is them. And same for INAME also, just en will be there. It's all up to you whether you need to use best termed article or non-best termed article according to the context. I hope now you got the clear idea about prepositions, prepositions, how it's working in accusative case and dative case. Okay, verbs, how it's working in nominative case and accusative case. Okay, now we are going to do how this preposition also works in vexel preposition case, because the name of the topic today is vexel preposition and these all are the vexel prepositions. Now you can see, if I will explain you today this vexel preposition, then this you will get too much confusions. So before that, it's better to explain you all these things. I hope, but I tried my best to explain you first all this accusative case, dative case, preposition, verbs and all. Now we will come to our main topic, that is vexel preposition. This takes this vexel prepositions takes accusative case also and dative case also. So the main question obviously arises that how we will know that these prepositions comes into under accusative case or dative case. How I will get to know? So we'll see that. This is the again picture from your capital chapter number 8, capital arc from Netzuek A1. We will discuss this thing, but before this I will explain you the sentences which I had made. So these all are the vexel prepositions. Okay, let's look at some examples where the prepositions take dative case also and accusative case also. See, right now, for example, these all are the prepositions. Okay, these are just taking accusative case. These all are just taking accusative case. And these all are just taking dative case. This one. Okay. But now here, for example, if we are talking about an, in, they will take both accusative also and dative case also. But in which case? That we are going to see now. Now, for example, an. We have one preposition here, an. Means at, on, or at the age of. An is a preposition. Whenever there is a movement in a sentence, you need to note down, okay, wherever you write here. For example, here you will write, whenever there is a movement, we use accusative. Wherever there is a location, we use dative. Right now you just note down these 2 points. When I will explain you will get more clarity. Whenever there is a movement, we use accusative. Whenever there is a location, we use dative. This is the trick for this. For accusative, just like I told you, now we ask what question. Same way for this thing. We have some tricks. So, movement, whenever there is a movement, accusative. If you are talking about location, dative. Now we will see some examples. So I told you, whenever there is a movement, accusative. Wherever there is location, then dative. Okay. Example number first, I hang the picture on the wall. For example, I'm telling to myself, I hang the picture on the wall. Means right now I'm hanging the picture on the wall. I hang the picture on a wall. This means it's a movement. I hang the picture on the wall. Ich hänge das Bild an die Wand. Again, you need to check first thing, that is there any preposition in this sentence. First thing is that only. For example, here in English on is there and here an. Okay, so we have preposition an. I hang the picture on the wall. Ich hänge das Bild an die Wand. Now, one thing is clear, that this is Wechsel preposition. That this one is Wechsel preposition, which comes under accusative case also and also dative case. Now for accusative, I told whenever there is a movement, it is accusative. Wherever there is location, it is dative. So this is a movement. I hang the picture on the wall. So one thing is clear, that this is in accusative case. Second thing, now this thing is clear that this is in accusative case. One thing. Second thing, what we required? Gender. Want. Want takes feminine. So accusative of feminine. What is that? The. That's why they wrote here the. We will see for dative then. The picture is hanging on the wall. The, for example, we are standing and we are telling, just simply telling, the picture is hanging on the wall. The picture is hanging on the wall. We are just telling the location. There is no movement. The picture is hanging on the wall. We are just telling the location of that picture. That's why, again, we will check there is preposition. Yes, an is there. Okay. So one thing is clear, that this is Wechsel preposition and it is, we are talking about location. So it comes into dative case. Second thing, gender, feminine. So dative of feminine, there. That's why here it is there. Okay. Next example. Er steht an der Tür. He is standing on the door. He is standing on the door. He is just simply standing on the door. Means you are telling about the location. Okay. Location. He is standing on the wall. Again, we will check. Okay, we have preposition which comes into Wechsel preposition and we are talking about the location. So this comes into dative case. One thing is clear, dative. Second thing, gender. Tour. Tour takes feminine. So dative of feminine, there. That's why they wrote here there. Okay. Now I know one, like I explained you many things, but still one thing is always remain in your mind, that how we will see the gender, this thing. See, there is no trick for this. There is one trick, that how we can recognize gender, and I already uploaded that video on YouTube, how we can recognize gender. Okay, but this will comes into practice only. If there would be tricks, I would definitely told you, but there is no tricks. Okay, so I know, definitely I know that you all are finding difficulty in genders, but that you need to revise it by doing practices. But for right now, I just told you that you can do dig dot, you can take the help of dig.cc. When I did my language also, I also did, and everyone who is doing this language, they all take the help of dig.cc and they just check for the genders. Okay, And there are some tricks which I already explained you how we can recognize the gender. Second example, he is going to the river. He is going to the river. Er geht an den Fluss. Again, I have preposition which comes into Wechsel 1, and he is going. There is a movement. He is going to the river. There is a movement which comes into accusative case. So one thing is clear, accusative. Okay. See, you can also, when you are writing now, you can also write like this also. Because if you will just write a now, then you will get confusion that it is just come, because when you will do revision, then you will just feel okay, this is pure accusative. But if you will write like this now, so we'll always know that no, this is vexel preposition and we are talking about movement, that's why accusative case. And w and d, if you will write, then this is vexel preposition, and uh, because of location this is dative. It's all about you how you want to write it. Okay, so he is going to the river. Er geht an den Fluss. I know this is Wechsel and there is a movement, so accusative. And Fluss. Fluss means river and it takes masculine. So accusative of masculine. Simple. Accusative, masculine, then. That's why here it is then. Okay, same like this, all these prepositions, it's very simple trick, it's all about movement and location. Okay, movement and location. And if you are unable to revise this thing also, I would like to write like this also, SDMA. SDMA means if there is stationary, means then it will be dative. This one stationary, dative. If there is motion or movement, then accusative. Motion and movement, then accusative. Dative, accusative. Like this also you can write in preposition. Vexel preposition. I always tell like this, SDMA rule. Stationary, dative, movement, accusative. Okay, so like this also it will help you. Now same like this only, these all examples are working. What I want you to do, you can just take the a screenshot or you can pause it and you can check it with this trick. Already I wrote you here location and all, you can check the how this preposition are working here, for example of, and how these articles are coming here. Okay, I hope till here it is clear to you, because this is very simple topic only. Now first we will see here. Okay, now see, we did prepositions taking a dative case, I already explained you. Then prepositions taking accusative also we did in our previous chapters also. And today we did prepositions which are taking both vexel, prepositions taking accusative also and dative also. SDMA rule, you can say if there is stationary then dative, if there is motion or movement accusative, if we are talking about location then dative, movement accusative. Okay, so this part we did, but we haven't read this thing in our Arbites book, which we are going to do in the next lecture. Okay, so I hope now you got the rough idea how these prepositions are working. Prepositions taking dative, these all are the dative case. Prepositions taking accusative, these all are the prepositions which take accusative case, and these all are the vexel prepositions. Okay, so if we will talk about this one vexel preposition here. Okay, they told here that these all are the prepositions which take vexel prepositions. I already gave you the slides for this one. So they wrote here one example. Wohin stehlen wir die Stühle? Okay, Wohin stelen where the where we put the stools. So the answer can be in den floor. Okay, see here, this is here they are just telling about the gender, masculine, neutral and feminine. Okay, and these all are the answers here. For example, if I will ask you, if I will tell you that where we can put the stools, so answer can be in the kitchen, in the working room, in the living room, and so on. So that's what I am saying. Wohin stelen where the stool. So there is a movement where we can put the stool. Here there is a movement. Okay. Here we are talking about the movement in this sentence. So answer, if because I need to write in the, I want to use in preposition. So this is vexel preposition, but I know I'm talking about here the movement. So it will come into accusative. Accusative and floor. Floor take uh, article masculine. So masculine is there, so accusative of masculine. Here I will write floor, which take masculine, and here now what will come? Accusative of masculine then. In then floor. That's why here it is they wrote in. In the floor. It's all about, you just need to see whether it is about location or it is about movement. Rest all things are same. That same table is there, same gender is there, and we just need to write that only. For example, this one, wohin stand where the stool, where we can put the stools. So the, if they are telling about the bard, so bard takes neutral, and we already know it is in question they are talking about movement. So accusative of neutral. Just tell me what will come into accusative of neutral in best article. Then what will come after that? Das. Yes. Then das, the masculine, neutral, feminine, plural. So das is come. That's why they wrote here das. Okay. And in the compositor topic, I told you when this in plus das is there, we can write in short form ins. Again, I explained you this in the previous chapters. Same like this for feminine. Okay. Now, if it is about movement, then we will see about the location example. वो is there shrunk. वो is there shrunk. Where is the cupboard? Now, if I will tell you where is the cupboard, I am talking about the location. Where is the location of that shrunk cupboard? There is no movement. First, you need to recognize the difference between both these sentence. Here we are talking about movement. Here we are talking about location. Okay. So if I will ask you where is the shrunk, so you will say in the floor, in the bar, in the kitchen, and so on. The main thing is you are using in preposition, and in German language in comes into Wechsel preposition, and for that you need to check if you are talking about location, then okay, this comes into dative. In both cases we are using in only. In both cases we are using in only. They are just trying to tell you the difference. So in this case in. Now in, and we know the case dative. So in dative case is there. Now we need the article floor. Floor takes here masculine. So dative of masculine, again I told you them, the, then. So dative of masculine, what comes? Then. That's why they wrote here them. Same way for this in das bad. So if I wrote in them bad, so bad takes neutral, and we will write this in short form im. So here them will come like this. Why I don't prefer these examples? Because they just wrote here the small answers here, which I don't prefer mostly. And here I explain you in a complete sentences. Here, if you will see here, these all are complete sentences where there is verb also, there's prepositions also. Okay, So that's why if I will explain you directly this, then you will not able to understand what is going on. But if you will see here, this will give us the clear picture how this vexel prepositions are working. Okay, so this is about the vexel preposition. I unable to explain you the this topic in the book itself. That's why I made the different PDF file for this, and it took me around 2 hours, because I always assume that I always explain in an easy way, so that, and also like what we did in our previous lectures, and we can connect each and everything, then only we can understand it clearly. So we discussed many things today about the verbs also here, where we are not using the prepositions, how they are working. Then we discuss about if verbs are coming, how they are working. Then we talk about preposition taking dative, accusative, vexer, and so many things. I hope you understand this thing. Now same thing we are going to do in our course book and our budget book. We do the practice of that thing. Okay, you just need to remember there one thing only: SDMA rule, or location over moment, whatever. Moment accusative and location dative. Okay, stationary dative, motion accusative. Okay, and you just need to make this notes for yourself and stick it where you are studying, and you can see every day. Okay, if you will like this lecture, please let me know in the comment. Please subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on my Instagram here. And yeah, that's all for today. Danke schön, auf Wiedersehen, ciao.